I think I go to the
All right.
YouTube.
Yeah, we live now. Now you can go find it and share it. That's what
Now that we live,
yeah, you can see it on YouTube and share it to Facebook. That's what you're trying to do. I didn't know what you was trying to do.
I know what I'm trying to do. And I like how you think I know now. I
Yeah,
see it.
you got
I
it.
see it popping up right here.
Yeah, now you just share that to Facebook.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's so.
Welcome to another episode of Bridging the Gap. You know, we got Miss Rhonda Brown trying to get her
Hey y'all.
technology going. You know, she's sharing and all that stuff. Look at her. What up, Instagram? No, we on YouTube here. I'm tripping.
Let
Instagram.
me see what it do.
We share it to Facebook, right?
Yeah.
When you're doing that, you can turn the volume down just to,
Oh, okay. No, I turned the volume down. Got it. Okay, the volume is down on there.
and you went to YouTube, that you press share, and it should give you an option to share to Facebook.
Right. He's like, what's she doing?
How y'all doing?
Well, let me tell you what I did.
Tell us. Why
I
you?
went to a group.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I went to a group to share it.
Oh, you
So
shared
is
it.
that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Well, that's what I did.
You doing better than me. I need to start. I'll just be sharing on my stuff.
Oh, these are my groups.
Yeah, nah,
And I like my groups.
it's better to do that.
Let's see.
Oh,
I think I should be in good, I should be okay to do this. And
yeah, you got it.
then I'll put it on my page. All right.
Welcome everyone. We're back.
We're back. Bridging the gap.
Yes, yes. And I had something I wanna. I don't know exactly where we was gonna go, but I had a few things popping up in my head lately. So
Okay.
I
That's a
want,
good spot.
and I always want to get your perspective because I love being respected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I have learned to seek out people that might have a different perspective or might have a different way of looking at it. You know how sometimes you want to be in a world where everybody agree and everybody kind of like see the same, but that's poison itself. We
Yes.
can't. We have to learn how to be in different groups that won't always see eye to eye, but it helps you grow once you learn how to channel the reaction of somebody not agreeing with you.
Right.
So I've learned that over the years. I wasn't so great at that a couple of years ago, and I'm still working on it. But so to kick it off, hey everybody, I'm sharing too. Um,
Oh, hey, everybody who might be sharing with me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. I'm trying.
my thing is
Hmm.
we have a lot of issues in our community, right?
Right.
And they're really not gonna. You know how we say we need to be together and stick together,
Yes.
but it gets to a point like even me, I'm willing and ready to sit down with anybody, but I still can't roll with you if it's a certain way that we're gonna roll. You get what I'm saying?
I
Like
get, I get what you're saying.
even though I want to partner up with you, if that's the way we got to go, I'd rather not partner up with you. Then you're looking like you don't want to come together. You see how they kind of like all go together.
Yes.
I want to come together, but the way that you want to take it, I refuse to go that way because in my point of view, not saying I'm the end all be all right, but in my point of view, what I've seen that hasn't worked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I think sometimes we say we're not coming together, but we're not recognizing that that's the true factor of it. And I say that because I posted some stuff about the NAACP website and a good friend, Mr. Ronnie Russell. You know what I'm saying? Like I love what he's doing for our community. I love you can see the tangible work every day that he's putting in. You can see how he's pouring in, and
Yes.
and in my world, that's what's to be respected. That's what's to be championed. You know what I'm saying? So I posted that about what I feel the NAACP don't do for our community, and he called me and he was like, have you talked to somebody? He's like the person that want to be good with everybody, and I would love to be like that too if we're gonna be doing some solution based stuff. Like I told him, just the fish fries and the Democratic parties, and that's out the door. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40. I have voted at every elections since I was 18, and I voted Democrat, but not no more. Like it's not a you're not just getting my vote because I'm black anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you get in certain one of those rooms and you talk like that, now you're voting for Trump, and I ain't got time for all that. I'm voting for solutions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then we can all get on point, right? Can we rally around that right there?
Yeah. So I told him I talked to a few. He want to set up a meeting because he's like, okay, well, you got a following, you got people that really respect you, and you making moves in the community. So we need to try to join this thing. And I'm with it. I told him, long as I'm gonna be who I am. Like Ms. Zoe Williams that just took over, we and her have conversations. She know where I stand. And the thing about me, the same way I talk to the guy on the corner, the same way I talk to the president, the same way I talk to my grandma. Like I'm just real because it's never disrespectful and it's never coming from a bad place. It just might seem a little aggressive. That's what this guy told me the other day, man. You're talking positive, but it's so aggressive. But I'm like, look at our community, look at how our baby's getting swallowed. Why are you not aggressive with it? Why is not a state of emergency to you?
Yeah.
So, but my question is, I went on that soliloquy to say, how can we? How can we fix when two people might want to come together, but just the way that we would have to go if we did come together don't match up? What do we do in that instance?
Okay, I would say in that instance, there's a continuum of togetherness. And you have to be at that place in the togetherness that's comfortable for you. So I've experienced what you're talking about. I want to work together, but I cannot work in the, I do not work in the way in which you are currently operating. It doesn't mean that mine is right or yours is wrong.
Yeah.
It means I can't operate in that way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't support you in what you're doing, because like you said, the job is getting done. But my inability to work in that way and your inability possible to work in my way shouldn't prevent the work from getting done. We together, but I have to work in a way that there's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
If I go over and I work in the way that you work and it's totally chaotic to me, you're not going to get the best of what I had to offer.
Especially if I have lived it already. I did the everything you're talking about, I did in my years, and I have grown. And like I tell people, I cried when Obama became president, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I don't respect him the same way I did then. I have learned so much more since then. So it's not that I hate him. It's just it's just that the way I was wrapped up in thinking this is gonna really do something for us, it didn't transpire. And you can say, well, he gave us the health care. And see, that's what they do to us always. It's always, well, you got a little bit of this bill, you got a little bit of that bill. I say, Latinos got specific bills. LGBT got specific bills. You know what I'm saying? Like Asian, Stop the Asian Hate, they came off.
Facts.
They came off a couple years. That was a specific bill. And I know everybody bill, those specific bills, but when it come to us, we got to just get what everybody get. And we're scared to say that. Now we look like the boogeyman. No, that's just true. And that's why I always tell people, like, okay, you might not like what I say, but tell me when I'm lying at. Because sometimes people try to throw that, well, you saying it this way, you're saying it that way, or I don't like your tone. Okay, well, okay. After all that, where did I lie at? You know, see, I get all that, but where am I lying at? You know, I want to hold your feet to the fire. You're not going to run from the truth by saying my attitude, not my attitude, but my tone or my aggression is a little scary. Now, what's happening to us is what's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, the perspective is off.
What happened to my ancestors was scary. Like,
extremely.
You want me to be scared of you or talk to you a certain way when my people was hung, beat, slaughtered, you know, like, and I still have to deal with that. Like, that really happened. That's not no movie. That like really happened. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't even have to go historically.
Yeah.
What's happening today around us, everywhere?
Yeah.
We don't have to see the urgency of, if I've been down that path and it don't work that way.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked that way.
I'm talking about
don't begrudge me. Yeah. Don't begrudge that I'm finding another way.
Yeah.
That I'm looking for another way. Yeah. Okay. If you're determined to continue that path, I hope you make, you're successful. It hasn't been successful in the past, but I can't say you're not the one to make it more successful. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying for me right now, I can't do that. But you can find a way, if it was something simple that they could hand off for you to do. If I'm going to tell you something as simple as, okay, I understand you're not with us, but we understand there's a code. And when we need a code, we have to have a code. We all have standards that we work by. It'd be good if there was a common standard. Mm-hmm. That makes working together a lot easy. Yeah. So if it's something that I can do to contribute to what you're doing, I would not do it.
Yeah.
But there'll be some lines. Don't anticipate my full support is something that I don't believe in.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not going to pull you back and say, you got to believe like I believe. Get in there, make that change, do that thing. Show me. Yeah. We'll all be from Missouri. Show me. Because what I've seen tells me something different.
Well, seen, studied, everything, it tells me something different.
Just tells me something different. Yeah. And we're not impacting the change that we need to. I was at the closing arguments for the Michael Dean trial today.
Yeah, I was listening to some stuff a little while ago.
2.5 hours of deliberation for a Black man's life. Deliberated by who? I saw one Black man, and because we talk real here, because that's where the wealth is in realness. Oh, really? We want to be fake and phony and wear masks.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
We have to when we are operating outside of our collective. That's a requirement.
Yeah.
If you're going to get that check or, you're going to get that grant, that's fine. But no, we right here in the family. Mm-hmm. There was one Black male juror. There was a female that could have been of mixed race, possibly Hispanic. I don't know. Yeah. The other 10 jurors were not Black, were not Hispanic. They were they were
white.
Yeah, they was white.
Yeah.
They was all white.
I know they do the Hispanic this and that, but I got a Hispanic partner, and I told him, like, like 57% of Hispanics got white on their ID. So
that's true.
It's a population race game that they all play on us. But and I said that to one of my partners, and this is one of my business partners. We got a property together. He was like, man, how you know that? I was like, man, I studied this. And he like 60-some years old. He pulled out his ID, said, man, they got white on my ID.
Okay. Because he's Hispanic and it says white.
Yeah, I know this stuff. I studied this. But yeah.
So and if you're from Egypt and you come over here, right, they're gonna identify you as white.
Yeah. Most of us
the levels of disrespect.
Don't know that game.
Yeah, the levels of disrespect that we as a people succumb to is maddening to me. I can get mad at a situation, but our lack of ability to come together as a people.
Yeah, that's the norm. This is normal.
Many of the things that happen to us are caused because of us being identified with a collective. Mm-hmm. Period. Every bias, every whatever, we have that opportunity. Other groups don't even have the opportunity because they don't have our history, they don't have our experience. They really don't know what it's like to drive, be pulled over for speeding and whatever, and your life is taken. A gun is pulled on you
for nothing
in the middle of a traffic stop.
Man, say I ain't got nothing in here but my daughter and get shot with a McDonald's cup and a thing of eggs or something they said in there.
Wow.
It was disrespect. I knew it was gonna happen like this, like a year ago when they said it was manslaughter. I'm like, that's disrespectful right there. They let you know he finna beat it. How do you shoot somebody in the face unarmed and it's manslaughter? That was the beginning of the disrespect, and I know his sister, you know what I'm saying? I told her.
I just feel for them right now. I can't.
And this, like, we know this case in Temple, right? I follow groups. It's it's at least 6 of these same cases going right now. Police is about to get off for killing a black man. It's different circumstances, but it's the same thing, right?
Just the same.
So what I want to do, and what we have to do is, I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna stop unless we stop it.
Yes.
That's why you see me, I just took on a high position in a black owned security firm. You know, that's why you see me feeding. That's why you see me getting the building. Now we got our own think tank. We got our own school. If we don't start thinking like how we gonna build our own institutions and how we gonna come together as a collective and how we got our groups. They say, well, why LGBT got bills? Because they got a group that raised millions of dollars. They go lobby. See, we just go vote and then we go pray. We don't know nothing about lobbying. We don't know nothing about raising money for candidates. We don't know nothing about PACs. We don't know nothing about the real work that it takes to get the change that we want. We just want to pray, vote, and then go march when we mad at something. And then we go back home, and what do we do after we march? We go right back to the same house, to the same job, and live the same life, not doing nothing.
Yeah, I saw your post. The one is like, hey, when y'all finish marching and ready to get to work, holler at me. Come on, let's get it.
But see, and once again, everything is needed, right? All that's needed. I'm not saying don't march.
You didn't say that. You didn't say not to march.
I'm talking about if that's all you do, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. Like, I don't march, so I'm not going to go march with you. But I would strategize. I would figure out how we can buy land. I would figure out how we can have our own businesses. I can figure out how we can have our own distributions. I like that work. I like that part of it. You know, me going to the dollar store to get some postcards and write some markers on it. And I told him, I said, okay, y'all go to the dollar store, you buy that card, you buy that marker, you buy some drinks, some waters, you do all that to go protest, right? Do you know a lot of these rich people that we, quote unquote, don't like, you just fund it just to go protest against them? They got money in water. They got money in this paper companies. They got money in these dollar stores and these HEBs. They got stocks in these companies. So you got to go spend money with them to come protest against them. Yeah. We don't know they got us coming and going. They got us coming and going.
Yeah. Bam has this question. Bam, I was at the courthouse the other day for the Michael Dean case as well, that I went knocked on some doors because I've been in this area over 30 years and I haven't served on a jury. Yeah. And I find that's crazy. Offensive. Yeah. Not at the county level, the city, the anybody level. That's a good. And I feel like it's some buffoonery going on. Yeah. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I don't. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable to live in this state of distrust. Can't believe, it's very uncomfortable, but it's real. Mm-hmm. Why can't I? And then I go down and I say, well, can you check to see if my name is on there?
Make sure I'm on the list.
Well, you get a voter registration card, then that's all. That's all. We can't nothing else. You get the card. As long as you're a registered voter, that's what they spit out, But they spit me out and over. It's been over 20 years. My husband was in Korea. And so I did get a card for jury duty, but I was going to Korea to visit with my husband for 10 days. And it was during that time. Yeah. And that was the last time.
I know I got one in my time from 18 to 40. I got one. But see, that came when I was probably about 19, 20. I was like, man, I ain't going there because that was the stigma of it, But I haven't got one since I was 25 and up, and older and more powerful. I haven't received none of that. Yeah, that's a good question because I don't think I know no one that ever did that. I'm talking about all the people I know.
And it was so cute. My husband say, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you something funny." So we just had this conversation. I just went down to the court, knocked on 2 doors, talking about, hey, why can't I? Is my name on the roll? Y'all got any way to check? Yeah. And he told me that my nephew got called for jury duty. He got his little card in the mail. So he made it. See? We were talking about the composition of the court. This is how the manipulation. I feel like there's some manipulation. And we on Wealthy's gangster, and I can be real. And I'm not sharing with you anything that's not true.
Yeah, we're gonna stand on truth. That's it.
So, number one, Dr. Brown stated that it was a nurse at the hospital that told her she had already been selected to be in her jury. And I'm like,
I already know that.
Is that something that really go on?
Yeah.
Could be. Composition of the jury. When Dr. Brown went to trial, the composition of the jury was about half and half. You don't find that very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Younger people was a young lady that I actually had taught in middle school. She was actually one of the jurors. And but this didn't look like this. This is clearly a Black man who was killed. And we thought it right that only one Black male would be on that jury. So
I'm surprised there was one on there. I told somebody I don't even think there's none on there. I didn't know before you gave me that information. So
yeah, because I go looking. I look for us. And so
as you should, yeah.
I do, because I went to and we just have to be real truthful. I went another time not too long ago. Jury selection appeared to be the same. I don't remember if it was a Black person at all. But the person that was on trial, it was two older Black females who fighting. And one of them shot the other one in the stomach.
What?
Fighting. Now, I'm there at the court with my granddaughter, who all she did as a 15-year-old child, ain't long been 15, was had what they call a verbal altercation. And she got suspended to the house, to the home. Now, I was in education.
Yeah.
That's the most severe consequence you can give a child. You are not supposed to deny them of their education. Well, you're suspended to home. I couldn't even go up there and ask the teachers, can I have her work for today?
Yeah.
Now, when you're suspended to home, you have lost your educational opportunity for a verbal altercation.
That's the school system.
It is, but we don't see it that way. Yeah. We like, well, we got to be aggressive. We got to get these particular children. And she had participated in our little sign. She was down there in Austin, where we were with the Women's March, and it was Black girl adultification. And so all the statistics are there, that their consequences are harder, that they're seeing. She's 15, but I tell you, when a white woman look at her, she look at her like she competition.
Yeah.
Okay, right up in the school. It's just trifling. But
we don't look at it like that unless it's sports. The only time we compete is in sports. We don't compete in life. We don't compete in business. We don't compete in strategy. And that's the thing that I'm trying to change. We got to compete in just life.
Yeah, and I think part of that, Bam, I'm not sure if we does our history with law enforcement deter us from participating in jury duty. We have to, number one, have the opportunity. We have to be called upon. And then once we're called upon, we have to understand how many Black attorneys are there.
Yeah.
What are the rules? How are the rules written? How easily are we disqualified?
Yeah, I think what he's saying is partly true, because like I said, I only got one, which is still outrageous. I should have more in my years than one. I've been a registered voter since I was 18. But that one time I did get one, the reason I didn't even call, and they told me I could have gotten trouble for not reporting or something.
You could have.
I didn't even know that, but I just didn't because of the stigma of, I'm not going to no jury duty. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
what do got some legitimacy to it, even though I should have had at least 5 in my lifetime by now, if not more. But the one time I did go, I didn't go because of that.
Okay, so I get the question a little better now.
Yeah, you just talking about
because of how we relate to law enforcement, we don't yet understand
that jury duty is
the value as a juror in the system.
Yeah,
that we have to make what they would consider to be a group of your peers.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be looking for people who would be able to identify with the situation you're in, because they're your peers. You want them to make the decisions or be a part of the decision making. So yes, I agree. It's not probably that comfortable, but it's definitely very much needed. We're needed representation.
Oh, yeah.
Why do we need to be there? We need to be there because more often we're the one sitting in the defendant's seat. We're the one being prosecuted against. And so in so many cases in our area, I don't know if his name is going to come to me, but as you said, you say, Mom Brown, I want to ask you this because you have a different perspective. Mm-hmm. I wish his name would come. The man that was having the mental episode and was shot in his front yard. Oh man, his name not gonna come. But it was here in Killeen, and we haven't heard anything else.
I don't know his name. I remember the incident now. I was trying to
figure his name. Yeah, but when I saw it, I'm like, you could tell that man is just trying to talk. He's like, hey, you want to come in and talk? Come on, let's talk about it. Yeah. But I'm looking at it culturally. I'm not seeing a threat anywhere.
But that's the problem. Like even that goes even back to the school. I got a call. It was like a year or so ago, and the guy was telling me, man, my 9-year-old grandson, the school just told him they don't know what they can't do nothing with him. 9 years old, they are basically telling them we done with him, basically, right? And my whole thing is, some of our kids are rowdy. We rowdy, got a lot of energy, but that when you at the house with your grandmother, your auntie, your mother, they understand how to hold. They know how to cone in that energy from a black child, right? But when you got that energy and you running up and down, and then you go to school, you got this white woman, she's not used to no kids doing that type of stuff. So to her, he need riddling, he's out of control. But you know what I'm saying? So they automatically dope him up, and then sad to say, a lot of our parents let it go because you get a check once your kid get on drugs. When schools just start giving your kids drugs for riddling and whatever, ADHD, whatever it was, drugs they shouldn't even have in their body at that age anyway. But when the school do give you that, a lot of parents get checks from it. So a lot of our parents really sell our kids for a check, but that's a whole nother subject for another day. But it's just the fact that, yeah, like you said, culturally, you can handle a kid that's a little more out of control than a lady from the suburbs that never even experienced a child with that much energy. Not to say that you can fix everyone, but you understand it, and your approach gonna be a lot different, and that's a start.
Right. And okay, let's say that I think for me, what happens is that just like with Michael Dean,
somebody
just like with me, it's how we are perceived. Mm-hmm. Just like with Tyre Nichols, how we're perceived. I'm an angry black woman. I ain't an angry black woman. I'm not an angry black woman, but I'm perceived and I'm approached in that manner. Yeah. And any attempt for me to voice my opinion on anything would be, I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm just pointing out that I see it a different way. Yeah. Kids, when they come to the schoolhouse, you have people who have biases and they see them a certain way. They don't have to be that way. They're no more rambunctious than the next kid. Their skin color and the biases, those kids, those people. Okay, that's to me what we deal with. And we deal with it because we're a part of a system that has held on to these beliefs for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to Dr. Claude Anderson when he explains about a race. We're the only group that don't understand we're in a race for resources. And so you're either going to contribute, or as you say, you're the bottom feeder. Everybody's eating off of you. You that level, they keep you so they can keep eating.
And that's just the reality.
And you're disposable. The hard stuff that we don't want to wake up to. Okay, and I know it's like, gloom and doom, and it's all not that bad. It was bad for Michael Dean.
Yeah.
It was good for Carmen.
And it's gonna be another name, and until we, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing with this Shield of Valor, executive protection, is its own policing ourselves. So we're gonna do executive protection stuff. That's like high level of security bodyguard stuff. But we're going all the way down to securing like car patrol, like they got the Eagle security or whatever around her, but we're going to be patrolling our own neighborhoods. And that's not to like, we're not the police or nothing, but now the police going to have to be on a different type of accountability because they have a certified company that's policing the neighborhood that's not getting their way, not enhancing on them, but it's going to be somebody that's patrolling where they patrolling. And that's going to have them in the back of their mind. They got to move different. They got to, because we're going to be in the community messing with the people door to door. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have the relationship. We're going to have the bond with the people. And it's going to get to points where they got to come to us. Like right now, like if you go to an Indian resort, am I saying it right? Reserve, yeah. I know I was saying it sound right.
It's okay.
But they got their own police. It's like when you enter their reserve, they police their area.
Mm-hmm.
We never did.
And they have their own jurisdiction.
Yeah. And we can do that in certain ways. I know you have to have at least 50 acres to really do that, and we don't own no land, so we can't technically do that. But that can't stop us from patrolling our own neighborhoods on a neighborhood watch. But like New Era Detroit, like my boys, I just had an email with them yesterday. We're gonna have a Zoom call. We bringing that New Era. We're gonna be mixing it with what I'm doing down here in Central Texas, and we spreading out. I got so exactly what they're doing. They're not no police. A lot of them don't even get paid. And I was telling them in the emails we was going back and forth that we need to figure out how to build a union that can fund these guys that's just patrolling their neighborhoods, making sure the elderly and the women and the kids are safe coming from stores at night. Just the stuff that they're doing right now, just out of the goodness of their heart. We need to figure out how to, and that's what other companies, that's what other races and people do. They do something, they figure out how to fund it. Like the Jewish people are powerful because they fund everything that they do. They know what I'm saying? They fund it themselves, but they don't look for somebody outside of them. We can't ask them to fund us for our freedom. We got to fund our own freedom. We got to put that money up. We got to put them sacrifices up. Right.
Exactly.
Right now, we got the House of Resources. I'm calling everybody I know. This is a mastermind house. This is a house where we can do any and everything when it comes to educational and business events. I got 24-hour access. I can have a midnight mindset if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like we got it going. Now we got a location to do it. And that house is for everybody that walked through the door to eat. That's not that's a community spot where we're going to birth millionaires and billionaires out of this spot. You know, that's the whole vision for it. And that's why I pulled the trigger over it, even though it's the biggest investment I ever took in my life.
It's okay. Don't worry about that. You have everything you need. It's already done. We're just our mindset, back with you and Van, our mindset has not been conditioned in that way.
Yeah.
It has not been conditioned into who we really are, into the power that we truly have. We have, like I said, I can't trust this. I can't trust, because of the things that have happened to us. But the excitement is that I'm listening to you talk, and I know that you're going to do what you're saying you're going to do. And when you do what you say you're going to do, and many others who are out there who are genuinely fighting for the collective, we can make happen what hasn't happened because we haven't done the work. What happened was we said, well, we're going to build this for us. And then there was the chatter all around saying, I'm not going to support you because it's number one, we expect it to fail. Number two, I'm comfortable where I am. They good to me. You know what I'm saying? And if you act right and come on up here, they'll be good to you too. That you're going to be at the bottom. You can't rise to the top, but at least, you don't have to go over there and struggle and fight and da-da-da. But you know what? If you don't acquire your own freedom, you don't have freedom at all. So I believe that when you do what you're doing, and as you are doing the things that you do, then it's going to build that racial pride, that collective pride in us to see you do it.
Yeah. And
that you have established in your heart, I'm going to do it or die trying. Period. This is what's been given me to do. It's going to get done.
I've been telling everybody the last week or so, it's sink or swim, you know, because
There it is.
getting told by investors and a lot of people I respect, you know, and business partners. Not right now. It's a big investment. Let's get this together because you know I'm doing a lot of things with like credit wise because you know like everything I ever obtained up to this point is just with cash. I never played the credit or bank game. So now I'm structuring stuff and I'm getting into that world a little bit because I see how I can like 5-10x what I'm doing. If I was doing that, if I was doing what I do now with that, I could have 5-10 times more. So I'm playing that game, but so they was like, okay, let's wait 6 months, let's wait 9 months, let's wait a year, and then we'll be structurally ready to go up in there and give them a presentation where they can't turn you down. And I thought about it for a minute, and I was gonna do it, and then I rolled by the spot again. I said, you know what? I said, it said every property. I tell people this right now. This will be the 5th property. So I got four, and this will be the 5th. Every property that I ever called. For one, it was always said for sale by owner. I don't go through the companies and all that. So I always look for sale by owners, you know.
No,
and then, so that was one thing. But the second thing I had in common with all 5 of these properties, I didn't have the money to buy now one on when I made the call.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the money to buy. And that's when I tell people about mindset and will and drive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what that'll get you far. That'll get you far. There's a lot of people got way more money than me. But what I do with the money I got and the way I operate, it seems like I might have 10 times more money than them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you got this property, you got that. No, you made more money than me this year, but the money I did get, I bought this, I invested in this, I did this. And that's the fast food to wealth course is showing people. Quit getting caught up with you need all the money in the world. Learn how to operate the money that you do have.
Yes.
And more money will start coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset. And with the wealth is gangster. Wealth is gangster is not a mindset about we out here rich. Wealth is gangster is about the resources when it comes to knowledge and information that we pour into each other and it's just the vibe that we give each other. That's the wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you haven't exchanged no money, but we have exchanged so much wealth just by sitting here talking, bouncing ideas, masterminding, thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like that's so much wealth, but we overlook that type of wealth. we overlook that stuff. And so that's what I'm saying. Like the mindset of now you know what? I respect everybody. And when I came back with the keys and the paper, my investors like, hold on. My bank said, hold on, you need. So what? How you do this without us?
Right.
I said, now that I got it, now I got a little more leverage. So now we'll talk. Now, you know what I'm saying? We can work out how to do this. But now I already got the asset instead of me hoping and begging and please. And if they give me an opportunity, I'll be able to have this. Nah, I'm gonna go. Like I teach my kids. Don't wait on the opportunity, create one, you know.
Create it.
So that's just the mindset that we got to have. Like, if we get that, we can overcome a lot of this. But like I said, we can't just do the same old things. We can do that, but we got to add on this and this and this and this. And how we going to circulate our dollars? What candidate are we going to get to run next? And then they got to champion this. What pack that we going to get? Like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be, I'm going to break it here. I'm going to be doing a call to action. Like a sponsor, you know, for sponsors and donators. So, okay, I got one thing on there that say, I want 100 people in the community to commit to donating at least $10 a month to the House of Resources or to CEO Youth League.
Right.
So that's 100 families that's coming in to donate at least $10 a month. If you can do more, cool. If you can do 10, cool. So that's one call to action. Another one is 50 businesses donating at least $50 a month. You know what I'm saying? So just it's not like and I have learned this because sometimes we try to raise money, but we ask, Ms. Ronnie, let me get a couple thousand. You know, like, but like if you want 10 or 15, I can chip in with that. But the power of that,
I get it.
But the reason I say that because I'm with Tulsa Real Estate Fund with Jay Morrison, right? We raised $10 million in 1 week out of because we had 10,000 people. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get
it. It don't put all that pressure on one person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like with the museum that we that's opening on the 25th in California, we raised $1 million in 30 days. I think it was 8,000 of us to do that. You know what I'm saying? So and that's $50 here, $100 there. People don't have to break their back, but we still collectively coming together to build something, infrastructure or institution for our community. So that's gonna be my call to action. And it's not like You know, it's gonna be people. I already got sponsors that see me on the news and they want to sit down, and it's gonna be people that want to donate more. But I'm talking about with the little money is what we can really build on, and that can be that's a community thing. And the last one I had on there, 100 people coming through the doors. Say you can't donate this and that, but we're gonna have African food one day. We're gonna have chicken and waffles, and so I'm gonna have a lot of pop-up shops for other people that cook, because we got 2 kitchens in there, so kitchen upstairs and downstairs.
Okay.
So we're gonna have food there regularly, little barbecue. We're gonna have the health stuff. My mama's my mama health bar gonna be in there. We have clothes, all the stuff the kids sell, stuff like that. So another thing we got in there is 100 people committing that you're gonna come through here at least once a week and spend $10. It might be on a smoothie, it might be on a plate over here, but you're just, and it's not like asking, and we don't put donate on there, we put invest. We want you to invest into us, not donate to us, invest into us. But those type of things like that would be like, okay, instead of you, well, I can't just give you $10. Okay, well, can you come buy a plate when we do our so you still getting something? Can you come buy a shirt that the youth are putting out? So you're still getting something back. And so we going on all levels. But I was saying that because the power of how powerful that can be, if that 100 turn into 200, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's giving $10. And then you know what I can do with having after school programs, homeschool programs, stuff like that. And I'm gonna raise the money and do stuff that I got to do anyway. But the whole thing is getting that community thinking that
the collective.
This I got a kid in that program. Yeah, I can give you $20 a month. You know what I'm saying? And
it's the collective.
It's not charging kids. I don't charge kids to be part of CEO Youth League. We sell products and we get the community to fund that.
Yeah. So what I hear you doing is building the collective. If I contribute, I'm a part of it, you know. Now, if you said it where I can't contribute, then what have you set up there? If, like you said, you can ask me for $1,000, but what's your likelihood of getting it?
Yeah.
Now, but you say something that I can reasonably find my way through, I got that.
Yeah.
You know, and even if I don't got it, I can find $10.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
I want to be a part of it. But if we shut people out, then no. And then by allowing people to be a part of it, then you have that much more support. So I absolutely love that. And then the think tank, where you get a think tank together, it's just going to be amazing, because there are so many creative ideas that are generated
all over,
but they're only generated and they don't have
to hold it. They ain't got nowhere to really home it in it and bring it home. Yeah, I think I found that. But yeah, I don't really have no place to hold it. You coming back in? You buffering a little bit. What's up, Big Poop? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we talking about a lot of different little.
I want to know. Now, of course, I was in education, and I have different people that I feel pretty close to, and Dr. Umar Johnson is one of them. I don't understand how we as a people have not supported him opening a school of the type of school that he's opening.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's Black Revolutionary. It's know your history, know your rights. It's, you know, top notch, you know, and we are not backing it.
Not as a whole. I put some money into it some years back, and this is the thing that we got to realize, because our people are always looking for a reason not to support, right? So sometimes, even if it's not valid, if they find something, they run with it. And his whole thing has been taking some years and all that. But we got to understand, all this stuff takes years. Building corporations take years. NBC was a little small dark room, but we don't understand that as a people. So we think, hey, I can give you this money. Why you didn't open up this next month, or why you didn't open up that? And some people it's like, and you know, and some people you can say valid or whatever, because I know people that have started schools with $5,000-$10,000 and they got small little schools. So I get that argument, but that's not his vision. His vision is his vision
is bigger than that.
So you got to respect that. So that's what I'm saying. And we have to learn how to dissect it. Like, I can dissect it and be like, okay, I get what you're saying. He could start schools now with this and that, because I have seen that model. I'm finna do that model, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm about to do that model. But I'm not gonna knock him and say he's messing the community over or whatever.
All of that, that attack we have on one another.
Yeah, so that's what we talked about a couple weeks ago when we talked about just respecting. Even if we don't agree with it, quit looking for a reason to beat it down. Like, you know, maybe I would go with the $5,000-$10,000 school, but I'm not gonna clown you because you want to go for the $1 million school or whatever, and it's gonna take you 8 years to do. I'm not gonna knock that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to have that balance. Like, you know, so I can agree that I wouldn't do it that way and still not call you crazy because you want to do it that way.
Right.
So that's why a lot of people don't. But that man is one of the smartest black men walking. Like, you know
what you talking about? I believe so. I believe so. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, he
I do believe so.
But we look for reasons. Like, I had a guy tell me the other day, he was like, man, you know, like, and I know this anyway, but every level that you go to is going to be a level of people celebrating you and loving you, but it's going to be another level of people want to take you down and this and that too.
That's not right.
That's just what it is. And I always tell people, I say, I'm for my people, but I know by history, by studying, and by just living, that the first people that's going to talk down on me, not support me, try to hurt, is my people. That's just baked in. And you know what I'm saying?
Baked into the cake. Yeah, you talked about that before.
Nothing to get mad about, because I know a lot of people that be like, man, I tried to do that, all that activist stuff, or I don't even feel like no activist. I feel like that's just regular life. I don't do that, like that woke and all that type of stuff. Like, you'll never hear a Jewish person say they woke, because they're born into their culture. So see, we're not born into our culture. So somebody that get deep into the culture, oh, you woke now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like a little high side, little funny thing. Like, you're woke now because we don't respect our own culture. You know what I'm saying? But you'll never see a Jewish or a Chinese person say, oh yeah, I'm woke now. I'm woke. I'm woke on my Chinese history. Nah, they like, I was soaked in this from birth. This is all I know. Like, what do you mean woke? What's the other way? They don't even see another way. So it's mindset, but we got to know every level is going to be hate. So I'm getting a lot of support, but it's hate there too. But we just
and it's good. I mean, like I just tell you, I went into some of the things that I did not really understanding that. Yeah. I didn't, I didn't let it stop me. Huh?
You thought it was gonna be just kumbaya with everybody, just all good?
Yeah, kumbaya now, but the knives in the back. That's when you're doing, the work that nobody else is doing. I just didn't understand. I didn't understand that dynamic. I do now. So if I'm planning, preparing, my expectations have adjusted. So I learned my way through that. But no, I didn't. It wasn't automatic for me. It didn't, and it's okay because I had to learn it.
Because
I had to learn it that.
But you know how you get over all that. I have learned, and I have learned this from family members. I have a huge family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight up, I'm talking about hundreds of family members. I might can think about 20 that really support me. 10 hard supporters.
Okay.
Like, that just is what it is. When I first got in business 10, 15 years ago, trying stuff, that used to break my heart. Like, why my family don't support me? And I got a slideshow that I was supposed to do. Like, I forgot what it's called. Like, navigate, becoming successful without friend and family support. I just never did it, But I think I learned the art of it, because we have to stop building stuff. I used to build stuff and just. I went to all my family members why they ain't buy nothing, and I get mad. And then when I woke up one day and I was like, but Walmart wasn't built for only his family members to shop. You have to do stuff for the world. You have to do stuff for the people, the community. So I stopped blaming them and just thought bigger about my process of sales and business and everything, So we get into that, but we it's not going to be a lot of support, but that consistency.
There you go.
That brings them around. I have proven a lot of people wrong over the last 15 years, and now they're some of my biggest supporters. And so it's all good. And we got to
just keep going.
Just keep going. You don't get mad at it, because if I get mad at it, then I'm playing back into how the system has programmed us to deal with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta know that you was programmed to look at me like
wow.
That. I can't even get mad at you. I can't get mad at you because you programmed to think like that. You're programmed to come at me like that. You're programmed not to support me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I get it. I ain't even mad at you no more. But I'm gonna keep doing this, and then I'm gonna get your programming loose. I'm gonna do so much. You're gonna eventually just wanna support. Just want to sponsor a kid. Just want to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because right. The work instead of me arguing back and forth about why you don't support or are you my hater or why you hating on me. I'm not getting into all that stuff. I'm gonna wake up and do the work. You know. So that was just something that I feel like we're challenged with as a community. But as a community, we have to be knowledgeable and not fight back. Learn while we're at it. It's not even a fight. Just learn. You learn. Right. Learn how to handle the same situation I would have handled 5 years ago. I handle different now. Not because I'm more tougher or none. I'm a lot more laid back and a lot more calmer and a lot more thoughtful. But I will handle it a lot better now than I would have 5 years ago.
Right.
And that's what, it's a learning experience. That's all it is. All of it. We're new. Really own and really take control of our communities. This is new to us. We haven't had this since the 50s. The last. I guess that was about the last stronghold of our community, because after that they started breaking it down. 60s after Malcolm, and but it was already breaking down then. That's why they was putting them hits out on them. So it's been a long time since we thought like that. I know people talked about feeding yourself. They used to go in the backyard and kill a chicken, and you know what I'm saying? Like they could survive. Now we're totally dependent on the system. Like we really couldn't feed ourselves right now. If the stores shut down, all of us would starve to death. But we're going to go do a protest about something. No, we don't need to protest. I always get asked, why? What you going to protest because this just happened? And my answer is always the same. No, my lifestyle is a protest. I don't protest because somebody just got killed today. I protest every day because I know what they're doing to us systematically every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to see a corporate company call us a monkey or something in the dark. I know how they think every day. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we have to be broken news to stuff that we should know automatically. And now we get mad. I'm not buying Nikes no more. I'm not doing this. That company been doing that for 30 years. Now you don't want to buy it no more. Like, come on, like let's stop acting brand new when this stuff happens. And let's figure out solutions to fight back, or at least defend ourselves a little better. At the very least, we need to be able to defend ourselves a little better, economically, police-wise, and food-wise, just everything. Like I couldn't feed myself for a long period of time, but I'm at the level where I can feed myself. Now it's time to go to the next level where you can feed yourself for a year. Then you can feed your community. Then you know what I'm saying? Like we have a shortage of food. I can drop off a basket on Miss Brown dough. Like I got you a good little package from old Therese Farm. That type of stuff. And that's what we got to do.
Yeah. When we talk about bridging the gap, that's one of the gaps. Those things that we don't yet have. Those skills that are not in place. Those things that we understand, it's not like, we are looking for that time when we can't get in a grocery store and eat, but we need to be prepared. We need to be self-sustaining. What makes that so scary for some people? We need to love ourselves as Black people. Why is that so scary? I'm not sure, but bridging the gap.
It's scary because
I don't know,
because we never did. We haven't did it in decades. They took that ownership. They took that pride of this is our community. This is our stores. They took all that from us decades ago, and we haven't got it back. We haven't gained it back. We haven't gotten it back,
and so now we're working our way back to that, and so much more.
Yeah, and so much more.
So much more. And so much more.
Yeah,
and so
it's imagine like the Negro League, the Black Wall Streets. If all that would have stayed up and going for 100 years straight, would it be worth now? Trillions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
And would we have our people being killed in the streets?
No,
our people
that type of
no, we wouldn't.
No, I was told that by Chinese. I think he was Chinese, Korean, something like that. But he told me, he said the reason why your people get treated like that because y'all can't do nothing about it. Like y'all, like if other groups get mad at us, they can stop us from buying hair. They can stop us from buying food. They can stop us from drinking water. They can cut up our life supply. Right? What can we? If we get mad at a group, what can we do besides march? We can't stop nobody from eating. We can't fire nobody. We can't stop nobody from drinking. We can't do nothing. We don't have no distribution, production power nowhere. That's why do you see a lot of Chinese people getting killed in the streets? No, because they got a power. They got money. They got people that's gonna stand up behind them. Jewish people, of course not. You know, like other groups are not gonna do that because they have a system behind their people that will stand up for their people. Not they gonna do you ain't gonna see no protests at City Hall. They gonna be up in there with their lobbyists. They gonna be up in there with their PACs. Some people with their big money, they millionaire donors and all them people. Them the people that's gonna go talk and sit down with the City Hall with their legs crossed. They ain't gonna do no arguing or nothing. They gonna sit talk real calm. And when they walk out, situation's gonna be changed for their people, or some things gonna happen.
Right.
You know, and that's the level we got to stop with this emotional. I'm ready. I've seen some people today talking about that. I'm ready to tear the city up and do all that for what?
Let's just build. Let's just build.
That's it.
Let's just build.
If you got all that energy, I promise. If you come to the House of Resources, we can do something with that energy positive. I guarantee you.
Thank you.
and some
there's
several
outlets to the point where you don't have to be just over. You didn't have just like one place to go. You have starting my meat birds.
Say, look, he was thinking he was reading my mind because I just said the other day I got a cow Bam because he was giving me the game on my meat chickens.
Okay.
So this year I want to raise my own chickens and you know and process them and have my meat frozen. So I ain't got to because he was one of the ones I told in 2 years I don't want to have to do go to the grocery store. Bam. I'm gonna text you, man. I need to talk to you tomorrow or something, man. I need to get in on that. Thing about it is, I talk to you. The spot I got because you told me I had to move around. I'm not set up for that, but we gonna talk off camera, man. But I gotta get in on that. I need some of that, you know. But that's part of it, though. That's what I'm saying. That's resources right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a man. I interviewed him and his wife.
I did. I watched. Because of the acre. So I was watching. I was there. I watched that one.
So they what they're doing is powerful because their kids are seeing them growing food and processing meat, and like we don't understand how powerful that is just within itself. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen that. I heard about great like the generation before grandma and them. I never seen it. My grandma wasn't doing none of that. Yeah, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it. I experienced
I used to take pride on telling people I'm an HEB baby. I ain't eating none of that stuff.
And you were proud with it, huh?
I was proud with it. Now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm for the council, y'all.
Nope. We had the Claire house. She had the chickens in the backyard, and they'd be dinner. You know. And then the fishing.
Yeah.
I had to scale the fish and peel the catfish and get them as kids, so we could eat.
We need
and then raccoon.
I ate some barbecue. And I didn't know what I was eating though. They fed it to me with some barbecue.
So you know, if we get back to understanding the importance and the value of that, that's the reason why my daddy could stand up like a man.
Yeah.
Because he knew he could eat.
Yeah.
You couldn't take that from him.
Yeah.
He knew how to make some money if he needed to make some money. And he knew how to go fish and he knew he could eat.
Yeah.
And right now we don't have that. We have a dependency on a grocery store.
Yeah.
And then that dependency settles into us and maybe makes us believe in the things that we can't do as opposed to what we can. And that's what's so refreshing about everything that you're doing and everything that's being done in our communities that is progressive and putting us first. Say it's okay to take care of us as a people. Yeah. We can have an IBCC. We can have something Black. Okay, those that can't get with it, don't get with it. You still Black.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's not even okay. It's mandatory. It's necessary. It's a survival move at this point.
Yeah. And it's all love.
I think it is. It's all love, but just think what we have to get to Black love.
Yeah.
What we have to fight through to get to that spot.
And that's within ourselves. The system don't even have to really, we're so programmed as a whole that they don't even really have to work no more. It's like baked in already. Like
it's baked in. It is.
Because the first person that if I stand up and say we need to do this as a person, the first person that's gonna come against me is what? A Black person, a person that look like me. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
see, I don't want to say that. I don't want to be like in 100% agreement with you there.
no, but I
Because
mean,
I don't want that to be true. It don't mean it's not
from
true.
my experiences, I
Yeah,
haven't seen it yet.
that's okay. And
You know what I'm saying?
So when we talk about bridging the gap, right? And I like sometimes to kind of see, well, where are me and Tony were the gaps? Not that nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
Yeah, that's what
but
it's
you just understand that for me, oh no, not the first person, because you had people already in line before you got started. So they may come against you, but they wasn't the first.
Well, when I say persons, I already know. I don't count the system because the system is the end all be all. They there already. I'm talking about like the first flesh. Yeah, the system. Yeah, because the system is because the system is there regard. Before that first person want to jump in, the system has already got it set up for me to fail. Like it's already there. When I say first person, I'm just talking about like it's not going to be a white man or a white woman that come out against me. They might send that first person, but they're not going to do it.
You said they might send them. Okay.
Yeah,
we done at least met on.
Yeah. No, I know where you going.
They the root of all. They could be the root of why they came.
Yeah,
but they
majority of the time. Like
but it's just I want our people to be in better condition.
Yeah.
That you just no. There is a common enemy that we must fight, and the fight must be fought as a collective.
It has to be.
Until we value each other and ourselves,
and that's what
it's just going to take us longer to get to where we got to go. And we're going. But it's just going to take us longer to get there. And I don't know, I'm thinking now, someone listening to this, it may sound really negative.
No.
It is negative, but it's negative for a reason, so we can turn it into a positive.
Yeah,
so we can clean up the brainwash, so that we can unlearn what we've learned, so that we can come into a place of honor within ourselves.
Yeah,
as a collective. Don't look down because whatever is going on around you. Understand that we're bigger than that. Yes, things happen to us, but think about all the things that we do for each other every day. All the things that we've done, the things that we've created, and you get to say we. Yeah, Madam CJ Mark, that was us.
Yeah,
that was us.
That was us. We got
that was us.
Yeah, we got to claim
that was us.
It's all us, and when we think like that, we're better. That's why when I posted getting the property, I said we're buying a building.
Yeah,
I was the only one in there talking to the people and all that, but this is a community.
You knew you were not alone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm trying to make the ancestors proud. We got to understand that it's bigger than just me.
I love that.
And my partner that my partner that I'm burying Saturday.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's like I have lost great grandmas, not grandmas, but grandpas. A lot of cousins, little kid cousins. I lost a lot of people in my life, but this is the closest person that died to me. Not because like my great grandmas loved him to death, but I didn't have that connection because I didn't grow up with him. Just situations. But this is a guy that I was tied to for the last 30 years straight.
30 years.
No breaks, no, you know what I'm saying? Like just all the way from everything that we've been through. Like a lot of the things my first, was experienced with him. So and what hurt not his death, because I understand that we hear it, and that's why I go hard. Like I go hard because we're gonna be dead way longer than we're gonna be alive. That's nothing. We can't nobody do nothing about that, right?
Right.
But the things I used to get on him about is about the legacy that we leave. Like that's the only thing that can live forever. A lot of people say I'm so serious every day, but I'm like, what? I have fun, but because this is my calling. My calling is to wake up and try to figure out how to build a system within a system that's better for my people. So I wake up and all this stuff I do is fun. I guess it might seem like work and stress to somebody else, but like this is like me waking up playing my game every day, but it ain't a game. This is like me, whatever you want to equate to having fun, this is my fun.
Right.
I'm strategizing invest in this cool course, and when I'm strategizing a fatherhood brunch, when I'm strategizing how we can do teen nights and mentorships, and you know what I'm saying, when I'm strategizing how to get that kid to take that dope out of his hand and start let's flip houses together, like that stuff is intriguing to me because I wish I'd have had somebody do that to me.
Right.
You know, like so this is fun to me. This is like my calling, basically. Like, you know, when me and my wife was going, you know, up and down through our things, and I was trying to get her to explain, because it's not that I'm picking this over you, but this is my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you can feel like somebody picking a job over you, or somebody's taking, you know, they're saying with you, I'd rather have this. But when it's a purpose, when it's a calling, that's something bigger than, like, you know, me going against you for a job interview, or me going against you for this and that. Like, this is something that I didn't, if you met me 6-7 years ago, like I posted a picture 20 years ago, I've been doing kid stuff, but to the point that I'm doing it now was never the purpose. You know?
It's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I feel like I wasn't thinking about, I'm gonna raise chickens, I'm gonna do bees, I'm gonna do this, I want to be YouTube. That's why it took me so long to do this stuff, because I ain't really, this is not me normally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's becoming so easy for me because it's just me. I don't do a lot of notes. I don't do a lot of nothing. I get on here. I have my points and I just give you me. I don't script nothing. Right. I don't do a lot of stuff like that because I felt I'm more effective. I just be honest with what comes out, because I'm always be truthful, respectful, and just thoughtful of the situation. So I just roll with that.
Yeah. So I thought about something that you said, that, you know, you began to think about legacy, about the time that you're here and what remains. And what remains is the work that you did, the life that you live, the people you sold into, and however long that remains, right? Mm-hmm. And it made me think of not just my son, but other people thinking, the mindset of young people, and even maybe older people, but young people that think, I'm not going to make it to 18. I'm not going to make it to 25. I probably won't see 30. Mm-hmm. See how crushing that is?
Yeah, I was that person.
If you haven't connected to culture, because the ancestors, as far back as we know, everything they did was to establish in the earth that could be seen. So when you get the pyramids, when you get monument, all of those things, they didn't necessarily do it for that, but they needed to say, that
was their mark. They left their mark.
For who?
For the next generation to see.
For the next generation. And so if we sow that seed into those generations that are behind us, yeah, you're going to make it. And even if you don't, every day that you get, that begin to build on who you are and how powerful you are.
Yeah.
You're going to leave something, because let me tell you, even if you just have one person in your life that you pull to the side and you say the right thing, you encourage them, you're leaving something in them that can be left. You know, my friend, you know, the young man that, you know, you are having to say goodbye to in this way, he left something in you. Yeah. Okay. Y'all time together, he's going to live on. He's left this legacy in you. Y'all have a friendship of 30 years when some people can't get along 10 days, 5.
I already know.
3 days.
Yeah,
But when you have that friendship that goes 30 years, people need to know about that. People, you know what I'm saying? That's going to strengthen and encourage somebody else in the power of who we are. This is who we are. What you see on TV, that foolishness, the fighting, the cussing, the whatever, that's not who we are.
Nah, that's what we
get. I guess what they call it entertainment. It's not entertaining to me.
Yeah.
It's not. It's shameful to me that is something that but many of us are there. And why? Maybe we're escaping reality. Mm-hmm. This gives us time to not be in reality. Yeah. But I like the seed of sowing into the world the importance of living a life that lives long after you.
Yeah. And that's what it should be about. That's what it's all about. You know, yeah, we've been lost.
Awesome. Bam is on it. You're exactly right. We lost our connection to the ancestors, and it makes me think of roots. They understood they're responsible to push forward.
Yeah.
Yes, the resistance struggle. It doesn't matter where we are. We're not where we need to be. So we got to push forward.
You got to push forward.
And that's something in bridging the gap. What is the message that we give to one another that will help us to bridge the gap? What are the gaps?
Yeah.
The gaps are we got young people running around here thinking I ain't going to live to 18, so I'm getting ready to wild out. Oh, not only are you going to live past 18, you're going to do something great at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because we're going to see your youth league.
Yes, ma'am.
Play if you want to.
Yeah.
And when one kid see you do it, there's 100 more looking at you and ready to do the same thing. Yeah. So we get ready to do what, Tony? Change the narrative.
Change the narrative, you know what I'm saying? and go for the win, you know what I'm saying?
And go for the win. Change the narrative and go for the win. We're going to be great. We're going to be great now. We're living on purpose so that we leave greatness when we leave here. And it doesn't take much. It just takes walking in who you are, loving yourself.
That's it. Walking in
and sharing. And giving back, whatever age you are. I love seeing little kids. They will help somebody in a heartbeat. And they always ready, you know, well, let me help you. Let me tell you. And then we get older and we get the hush mouth. Mm-hmm. You can't encourage nobody. Yeah. Somebody need to hear an encouraging word. And you're over there with the hush mouth. And matter of fact, if we don't have a hush mouth, we'd be saying something negative. Keep your mouth closed. If you ain't got nothing good to say, keep your mouth closed.
Yeah. We're going to have those. Yeah. I was talking to a lady about communication. She was like, we don't communicate no more. You know, everything is just like a meme or, a meme or emoji or something like that. So we're going to be having, through our youth, a communication classes where we talk and we express ourselves verbally. Put your phone down. Your phone is not allowed right now. You know, because a lot of our kids, you put their phone down. They get the, you know, they don't talk like that no more. They'll tell you how they feel in emoji, and that's taking some away from their personality. You know, like I tell people, we're fighting the war on so many fronts, and we got to attack them on so many fronts, and that's why we need people of all mindsets and different things that's positive. You know what I'm saying? Because we might not agree here, but what you're doing here is great. I agree with you. Let me support you in that, and let's build on that. Like we don't have to agree with everything. If I can build with you on this corner, okay, well, let me build with you. It's going to be some people that we can build on all fronts together because we just locked in like that. But that don't have to be the standard for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that person right there, okay, you just great right there, and we're going to build right there. You great right there, we're going to build right there. And we got to understand that's the win. Not if you don't agree with everything, you can't be a part of this. No, we're going to find your talents and your skills, and we're going to bring all that together, you know.
Yes, and absolutely.
So this was another episode. We already 12 minutes over. You know how many you get to talk.
I know.
For Mr. Brown come knocking on the door like, hold on, you understand? It's been an hour, dude. You understand me?
Yeah.
But once again, I appreciate you. I look forward to these conversations. Any last words before as we end it you want to say tonight?
I just want to continue to encourage you and let you know that you are encouragement to us. Keep building. You have an army behind you. They're coming, they're forming, and you're going to lead the way to where many people will believe in themselves and begin to do exactly what you're doing, finding what their calling is and getting busy doing it. So just know how important your life is and what you are doing and what it will produce. So like I said, 100%, 110% with you, Tony. Let just continue. And everybody out there, just continue to find who, you know, do the things that we know to do, bridge the gap, find a way to stay together and be together and work together so that we can have the outcomes that we need, so we can stop losing lives. Yeah. So yeah, today was a little, but it is what it is, and we are doing what we need to do to change the narrative, and it's important. So thank you, Tony.
Another live later this week because I know they're going to do a protest at City Hall or something. I think Friday or something I seen, which I'm totally not against at all. But I want to do it live, and I'm gonna see if I can get some of those people that's doing the hosting the protest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about some solutions. Let's have a panel about solutions,
Yes.
like tangible stuff that we can do right now. Like after the protest, after you tell them that you hate what they're doing, which is cool. I'm not against that, but I want us to sit down with no emotions, not mad, not on some business stuff, because that power respect power. They don't care about your crime. They don't care about your.
Not at all.
They don't care about that. You know
Nope.
what I'm saying? So we have to come to the table unemotional about business and about strategic ways to accomplish certain goals. So I'm gonna reach out to some people because
Awesome.
I don't want to get into we're gonna protest and then by next Monday everybody going back to their job, going back to the system, and going back to their life until somebody else the same situation happens.
Mm-hmm.
So boy, he done beat the case. That's over. Michael Dean will never come back. That's tragic and sad. But how can we make sure this don't ever happen again?
Right.
That's the question now, because I would have been shocked if he'd have went to jail. That's just the system, and that's sad that for me to say that. But I'm writing. I just wrote a movie I'm filming next month. My first movie. It's called Dirty America. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the America it got 3 K's in America. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's the way I spelled it. So that script is done. I'm doing some we're doing some rehearsing and stuff in a couple of weeks, but this is nothing.
If you need an elderly Black woman, I can act.
Oh yeah, no, we gotta do it. Hey, if we didn't need it, we gonna figure out a role. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do it. But I'm saying that to say I wrote that a couple years ago. Like, this is nothing new. Like,
No,
I know it hasn't happened a lot in Temple. I think this is probably like 3rd or 4th Black man that was killed in Temple, but this happens every day. All of them don't make the news. All of them don't get Benjamin Crump in front of the cameras because it's not high profile enough. But this is a systematic problem through all our communities. And what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
After the protest.
Right.
That's the question I'm going to be asking. So we're going to get to that. I'm going to be contacting you. Matter of fact, I'm trying to save that PowerPoint. I don't know. I'm new to all this, but I got my PowerPoint for my Invest in the School course. I'm trying to save it so I can send it to you so you can give me your.
Is it Google Drive?
No, it's on PowerPoint. I guess I can switch it over.
Google has slides. It's on Microsoft.
Go to Google Drive and use slides on Google Drive.
Yeah, if you do Google, you can share the document through Google.
Okay.
You just need the email address.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do then. Google.
Yeah, if you put it on the Google Slides.
Okay.
And then you have Microsoft has, I guess, the PowerPoint. And I have access to Microsoft too, but I don't know about the sharing part.
Okay.
But I know Google Drive is easy to, they'll say share, and you can share there on the document. I'm
gonna have her look at it and see if either way, if she can, I'm gonna see if we can put it in a Google Drive and share it. But I'll let you know by tomorrow. I'm gonna be contacting you because I got to get this to you because it's probably about 50% done, and plus I'm gonna do like 3 videos, like interactive videos with my nieces and stuff like that, and my nephew.
Awesome.
So it's about 40-50% done, but I know the curriculum part needs more. It needs more work. I know.
Well, I can tell you this. I went to a Muskogee Indian language class on Saturday. I was there for an hour and a half, and I learned all of the colors in Muskogee Creek from this teacher. This joker know how to teach, and I'm thinking we had to write all of the colors in that language, and then you write what color it is, right? And I said, "Oh, we get to use our notes, right?" They're like, "Oh yeah, you can use your notes." I'm doing the work. I didn't need to use the notes.
Just the way.
How that joker get all that in there that quick? It was amazing. So we will be leading. We'll be leading on. I will be leading on him.
Yeah.
To help share those strategies, those things that he just does because it's who he is.
Yeah, that's what.
But at the same time, it don't mean we can't try to duplicate it.
Yeah.
If you get the learning and the information and the excitement where it needs to be, it is awesome.
The resource. That's the resource.
Yeah.
The resources. That's how we do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you say, Chuck, how you do?
Chuck, how you do?
Yeah, that means how did you fare through the night?
Chuck, how you do?
Chuck, how you do?
Look
Yes,
at you said that coming.
yes.
You got it down.
Yeah, I'm amazed.
You know
I
what I'm
am
saying?
so. It was amazing, but that's the brilliance of somebody who teaches,
Yeah. They get that information you without.
and you don't even know what it
Yeah,
is
it's in there before you even realize you didn't learned it.
before you eat. I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't need my notes.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Whole nother language.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, Chuck,
We
how
need
you
that.
doing? Chuck, how you doing?
Chuck, how you
It's
doing?
the Eston Cosis. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And that's from Sunday. I mean, that's from Saturday to today. I retained it.
That's good. That's what's up. So
It
look
was
at you
beautiful.
constantly learning. That's another lesson for yourself. Constantly learning.
Oh, you got to. I find such joy in it. And that's all I wanted was to share with kids the joy of learning. You learn whatever you want, but you need to be learning something.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that. Well, I appreciate you. I'll contact you tomorrow about that so we can get this going because I want to have that ready by the 1st of March for the kids. That's gonna be the free one. I'm just gonna be giving every kid that signed up to the CEO Youth League gonna get an online course, a free online course.
I know.
That's your introduction to the CEO Youth League, and then we're gonna go from there.
Okay. Oh, that sounds so beautiful. Awesome.
Well, this was another great episode of Bridging the Gap. Thank everybody that's checking in. Bam, thank you for your back and forth. We need that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, man. And I appreciate everybody that tapped in on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. We'll see y'all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time.
All right. Thank you, Tony. See everybody.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.